Okay, so today is about 2.4 and 2.5, which is applications of linear equations. So basically you're translating an equation in words into a word problem into what we call algebraic. Now, you need to be aware of what some terms mean. For example, addition can be written as a plus or sum or added to. That's what addition means. Subtraction is minus. Difference taken from. Those are all subtraction. Multiplication is product times. Division, quotient, divided by. Equal is usually the word equal, and then a number is usually your variable. So, if 4 is added to 5 times a number, the result is equal to 7 more than 4 times the number. Okay, so 4 is added to 5 times the number. The result is equal 7 more 4 times the number. So we have 4 is added to 5 times the number. It's equal to 7 more than 4 times the number. Now, you should write it as 4x plus 7 because it's 7 more than this. That doesn't mean that it's going to change the value, to be perfectly honest. And this should actually be written as 5x plus 4 because it's 4 is added to this. Both of these answers written differently on each side are the same since it's both addition. And then to solve it, subtract 4x from both sides. X plus 4 equals 7. Subtract 4. X equals 3. All right, let's look at another one. X is our Republicans because that's the one that's not got anything added to it. There are 10 more Democrats than Republicans, so Democrats are X plus 10. Together they equal 100. So x plus 10 equals 100. So we add our like terms. 2x plus 10 equals 100. Subtract 10. 2x equals 90. Divide by 2. X equals 45. So that means there's 45 Republicans. Add 10, and that's 55 Democrats. Okay, so the sum of angles in a triangle are 180 degrees. That means all 3 angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Here's a triangle. We're going to call this A, we're going to call this B, we're going to call this C. Now, A and B are the same, so we're going to call A and B X. C is 42 degrees larger than each of A and B. So that means C is x plus 42 because it's 42 degrees more. Now what do we know about all three? They all three add up to 180. So x plus x plus 42 equal 180. So now x plus x plus x is 3x plus 42 equals 180. Subtract 42 from both sides. 180 minus 42 is 138. And then you divide both sides by 3. And x equals 46. So what that means is A is equal to 46 degrees, B is equal to 46 degrees, C is equal to 46 plus 42, which equals 88. So there's your three answers. The numbers on two consecutively numbered gym lockers have a sum of 141. What are the locker numbers? So when you talk about consecutive numbers, they're numbers that are right next to each other. For example, 2 and 3, or 9 and 10, or 100 and 101. Those numbers are right next to each other. So let's say that I call my first number x. Tell me, what would you do to x to get to this number? If x was 9, what would you do to x to get to 10? If x was 100, what would you do to x to get 100? You would add 1. From here to here is plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So, if your first number is x, your second number is x plus 1. So now, we need to add these two numbers to equal 141. So my first number plus my second number equals 141. What's x plus x? 2x plus 1 equals 141. Subtract 1. 2x equals 140. Divide by 2, and x equals 70. So my first number is 70. My second number is 71. Okay, if the sum of three consecutive even integers is 204, what are those integers? So just like when we did earlier, a consecutive integer is right next to each other. A consecutive even integer is separated by a number. For example, let's say I have 10, 12, and 14. These are three consecutive even integers. So, x is going to be my first. How do I go from 10 to 12? Plus 2. So my second would be x plus 2. Now, how do I go from the first to the third? X plus 4. So I add them all up. X plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals 204. Now add your like terms. 1x, 2x, 3x plus 4 plus 2 is 6 equals 204. Subtract 6 from both sides. 3x equals 198. And then divide both sides by 3. 66. So my first number is 66. My second number is 68. And my third number is 70. Now if you added those together, 66 plus 68 plus 70, you get 204.